First, we will look into what are the issues in Robinhood's external environment.
Here, there are actually almost resource issues in the organization. Since wealthy travelers start to avoid the forest, input of organization have decreased when there is great pressure on resources as the organization is growing. Currently, Robinhood and the Merryman are spending past gains on products without the guaranteed future growing revenue. What is more unfortunate is that they may need to harvest the forest more or even consider robbing the poorer travelers. If so, they may totally lose focus on their initial mission by becoming rebellion and routinized into banditry. It will be a big damage to the organization's growth and reputation, since the poorer travelers are their main source of political support. Next, the growth of the organization has created large encampment in the physical environment, which exposed them into danger.
Next, we'll look at the relationship of organizations' internal structure and the environment.
Based on the case, Robinhood's organization structure is functional, which each lieutenant is a specialist. The communication among them has been informal, and Robin has no direct link to the first-line recruits. This structure became problematic, which resulted in lack of coordination in line with the growth of the organization, although it performed well in the early days. Specialized duties have taken most of the time and leaving a command vacuum between Robin and the first line of recruits. Hence, the previous structure is no longer effective for them. To improve, Robin needs to make transitions to new organizational structure through breaking down the company into smaller cells and train more lieutenants to strengthen the company's mission. This operation can operate out of the smaller regional headquarters and better coordination. This increases flexibility by moving the operation closer to those who undertake them. At the same time, it can reduce the chance of attack.
Next, what are the group values or culture that influence strategy making?
Robinhood and his Merryman are brought together by robbing the rich and giving to the poor. This purpose has bound them with unity and coherence within the organization, thus they decide to only rob rich travelers. However, the avoidance of rich travelers and growth of organization caused them to face issues of command vacuum, risk of sudden attack on their position, and risk to seek for greater resources. Therefore, Robin gave up the idea of robbing the rich solely and began to rob poor travelers as well, which means he needs to tell his Merrymen to start robbing their family. This change in group culture has stirred rebellion inside the organization because Robin's strategy is contradictory with the organization traditions and values. Once they start to rob all travelers, including the poor, they will become thieves who are need to rob for their family as well. Consequently, Robinhood must revise the feasibility of the new strategy to reinstate its Merryman's faith and the purpose towards organization's new strategy.
Lastly, what are the strategies that Robinhood can implement?
Robinhood should organize a meeting with Merryman to discuss the difficulty in implementing the new strategy and long-term issue. To solve command vacuum, you should set up a clearer organizational structure such as decentralized structure. Robin is able to delegate his lieutenants in decision-making process as it could deliver a more detailed communication and command system. Moreover, to increase the flexibility, Robin could recruit more people to be in charge of new recruits and seek alternative solutions for Merryman, such as finding another forest with a higher volume of travelers to provide greater revenues. In addition, Robin could also prepare outplacement training to prepare event of terminate operations. He could look for third-party alliances and negotiate a possible change in political situation or amnesty and eventually make turn into legal compliance organization. In short, Robinhood must consider the long-term cost of action brought by his strategy, whether his Merryman remain as missionary organization or change into a profit-maximizing organization which might be against to their belief. Hence, Robinhood has no choice but to take various immediate actions to solve the issues.